How to find the perfect pair of jeans for you. That's what we're going to talk about today. Today's video is sponsored by City Beauty. Hello and happy weekend. I don't show up here on the weekends much, but I am so happy to because I kind of left you hanging on Wednesday's video. Last Wednesday, we talked about denim trends for fall and winter 2023. But today, I want to help you find the perfect pair of jeans for you. And I have 8 essential keys that we need to think about as we're looking for those perfect jeans, and I believe it absolutely is doable. I want to go ahead and share the first key, and that is it's a process. First of all, it's going to take time. It's not easy for anybody to find the perfect pair of jeans. I know even you see influencers who are just so nice and thin and young, and we think, oh, they probably just go into the stores and try on everything and everything fits. But I've been told that's just not true because jeans are made really kind of individually. They use fit models of different sizes and different body shapes to create their lines, and so jeans fit everybody very differently. They are kind of unique. It is going to take time. You're going to have to try on a lot of jeans, at least until you find a brand or a fit within a brand that really works for you. Also, when you're going through that process, I want to encourage you not to just settle for that'll do, because if you wear your jeans frequently, then you're going to want to feel comfortable and look your very best in them. So don't settle for that'll do. Keep looking. And then my final tip into this first key is to shop online. Now, I know that maybe sounds a little counterintuitive. Wouldn't it be better to go in the store and try on lots of jeans there? Actually, I find that gets very discouraging. I get hot, I get bothered, I get frustrated. There's a lot going on around me. Sometimes they're very limited in their inventory. Maybe they don't have my size. I think, oh, that jean would probably work if they had my size. They don't have it. I find it much better to shop for jeans online for several reasons. I get to do it in the comfort of my home. I get to take my time. I can order multiple sizes. There's actually more information about the jeans online than the sales associate even has in the store. For instance, how much of this jean is cotton and how much of it is lycra or spandex? Or what is the rise on these jeans? What's the inseam? A lot of times that information is not written anywhere on the jean tags, and the store associates don't know that either. So I do a lot better when I'm online and I have that information right there on that online information. And when I get the jeans in the mail, they come to me and I have several pairs to try on, maybe several sizes, different fits. I can try them on the comfort of my home. I can wear them for 45 minutes, an hour, whatever, being careful, not eating anything, not sweating, but wear them while I walk around, while I sit around to see, do those jeans grow on me? Do they fit me well? How do they feel? How do they sit? How do they stand? How do they move? All those sorts of things. Shop online for your jeans. And remember, it's a process. It's going to take time. It's going to take trying on a lot of jeans. Don't settle. Now, I'd like to pause just a moment and share with you a little bit about our sponsor, because I've been trying 2 new products from City Beauty that I've really loved. You know, City Beauty is my go-to source for products that address specific issues that we as aging women have. So they really are not like a full line skincare brand. They're a brand that addresses aging issues. They want you to feel and look your best at any age. And so they have products that address those issues that we really face as we get older. For instance, I use City Beauty City Lash, which is an ointment or a serum that I apply to my lash line every morning and night. And let me tell you something, it has restored, rejuvenated, actually given me lashes that I never had. Now, I don't have really full lashes or really long lashes, really thick lashes, but I have some. And you need to know that in the past, there were times when I had huge gapes, holes in my lashes, and they looked so thin and so sparse. And City Beauty City Lash has really done a wonder for me. But recently I've been using 2 new products to me. I've been using the Multi-Action Sculpting Cream, and it comes with this nice little spoon to get it out just the right amount, because you only need about a dime amount, I guess. And what this does is it addresses thinning skin and sagging skin on your face area. So maybe your neck, maybe your cheeks, you start noticing that skin is sagging or it's looking thin. And that's because as we age, our skin really does lose volume and elasticity. And this product was made to address those two concerns. So I just use a small amount, applying it in an upward motion really gently on my skin as the last step in my skincare routine in the morning and the evening, and it really is giving me visible results. In fact, over 90% of the women who used it for an 8-week study said that it gave them visible results in their tone of their skin, making their skin look fuller and more elastic and less saggy. The other product I've been using is the Invisicrepe Body Lotion, and what this does is it helps with crepey skin. So, crepey skin is what we get when our skin starts looking kind of dry and crepey. It gets those little lines in it. It looks kind of saggy also, and that just emphasizes those areas where we are perhaps a little less toned, like in our upper arms, right? And even just throughout the rest of our arms, to our forearms. So I've been applying this Invisicrepe Body Balm to my chest and my arms predominantly. So what it does is it addresses the moisture needs of your body at a deeper level into your skin. And it also, because it is a balm, it locks in that moisture that you've applied to your skin. So it really does help prevent, or at least minimize, that crepey texture that our skin sometimes gets as we get older. Because I only work with sponsors that I really believe in, that I really enjoy, and I use their products, and that offer you something. So today, City Beauty is offering you 50% off of both the Invisicrepe Body Lotion and the Multi-Action Sculpting Cream with my coupon code K50 if you go through the link below, and it's through the 15th. So today through August 15th, this deal is valid. So I really encourage you, if you have noticed crepey skin or thin and sagging skin as one of your signals of aging, you might want to give City Beauty's products a try and use K50 for 50% off. Now let's move on to that second key for finding the best jeans for you, and that is your denim goals. You've got to think about, what are your denim goals? Because every woman is different, and so I wanted to kind of start off with this one, because some women love to wear jeans. You wear jeans every day. You like to have kind of a full selection of jeans in different washes, different colors, different styles. Others of you, I hear from you that say that you really don't like to wear jeans, and you want to only maybe have 1 or 2 pairs in your closet that you would need for a specific jeans kind of day. So think about how you like to wear jeans, when you like to wear them, what your lifestyle is like. Do you like to be a little cutting edge with your jeans, or do you like to look more classic even when you're wearing jeans? So let that sit on you as I continue to share with you the other keys that you're going to want to consider. I think the next key to consider is your body shape. And so I am going to share with you the silhouettes of jeans and a little bit about the rise of jeans. The rise is where the jean hits you on your waist. There's a high rise, it's going to hit right around the belly button. A mid-rise is going to hit like 1 inch or 2 below the belly button, and a low rise hits really low on the hips. So you want to keep that in mind too as far as body shape, but we're really talking mostly silhouettes. If you have an hourglass silhouette, which is what I am, that doesn't mean I'm skinny, okay? It doesn't mean I'm that perfect figure. It just means I'm broader in the shoulders, more narrow at the waist, and wider at the hips. My hips and my shoulders are balanced. That's an hourglass shape. So if you're an hourglass, good news. You can wear most any silhouette of jean, really. You are going to probably look great in straight leg jeans. You can wear flare cut, you can wear boot cut, you can wear wide leg jeans. You're of course going to have to think about how you wear them. You're still going to need to do a little tricks, some little styling hacks to make them look great on you, but you can wear most any silhouette of jean. And you're probably going to prefer a high waist or a mid-rise jean. If you are an oval shape, and I know a lot of my viewers say that that's what they are, an oval shape or apple shape you may have called yourself, then you're going to look great in a straight leg jean, a trouser jean, and even those skinnies. And you're probably going to prefer a high waist jean, a high rise, unless your proportions indicate otherwise. But what's going to happen with that high-rise jean is it gives you the ability to kind of tuck your tummy into your jeans so you avoid that muffin top, and then you can use some outer pieces like a vest or a cardigan or a blazer to give yourself that trimmed effect right there at the waistline, and you're going to cut off the sides, of your waist, and it's really going to visually make you look more slender. So I would consider, like I said, high rise, perhaps straight leg trouser jeans, or a skinny jean even, or a slim fit straight leg jean. If you are a rectangle shape, now a rectangle shape could be like an H, so you're wider in girth, you're kind of a larger boned woman, or you may be an I rectangle shape, which means you're really slender and kind of athletic cut. Either way, you're generally going to look really great in straight leg jeans, trouser cut jeans, even wide leg jeans, something that gives you a little bit more shape. Something that maybe has, you might also do well with a boot cut jean or a flare jean. Probably more the boot cut than the flare, because the flare is just going to make you look more straight, and then you have that little, flare at the bottom, whereas a boot cut is actually kind of starts flaring at the knee, so that would give you a little bit more shape. But that trouser jean or a wide leg jean is really going to help you, give you some shape. And once again, you may want to use an outer piece to visually make yourself more slender at the waist, but you're going to find that those jeans really work nicely for you. And depending on your proportions, you may prefer a mid-rise or a high-rise jean. If you're a triangle shape, you're going to want to avoid the wide leg jeans, the ones that are just, you fit at your waist and then they're just wide all the way down, because that is just going to make you look even more like a triangle. But you can break up that triangle effect by wearing a straight leg jean is perhaps going to work, especially maybe a cropped length. Or if you wear a flare or a boot cut, because they're going to fit you at probably your wider point, but then they're going to be narrow in the upper thigh, the upper leg, the thigh, and then they're going to flare out below the knee. So that's going to help balance out, give you a little bit more shape, having that straightness in your leg and then the flare at the bottom. You can also wear a demi boot or a demi flare in a cropped length, and that might really work nicely for you. You may prefer a mid-rise jean or a high-rise jean if it works for your proportions. Now, you may be an inverted triangle. That means you are broader at your shoulders, you come in at your waist, and then you have really narrow hips and perhaps kind of really thin legs. What you want to do is add some volume to the bottom part of your body. So a high-rise jean is probably going to work nice for you, or a mid-rise if that's better for your proportions. You want something that really is fitted at the waist and then goes out. So that wide leg jean is going to be great for you. A trouser jean is going to add some volume. Or a straight leg jean that stands away from the body some is going to be really nice for you. It's going to help balance out your proportions from your shoulder to the bottom portion of your body. And the jean you want to stay away from is the skinny jean, because all that does is accentuate that inverted triangle, making you look even thinner at the bottom portion of your body. Now, before we move on from body shapes, let's also go ahead and talk a little bit about height, and that means, of course, I'm addressing petites. When you're taller, I'm 5'8", you really have a little bit more wiggle room with your jeans, and you're able to wear more lengths, more silhouettes. You just have more body to work with. But I do understand that being a petite presents quite the conundrum when it comes to finding pants, skirts, jeans, anything that really would help you perhaps look a little taller, or at least not emphasize the shortness of your legs or your height. So what you want to do is just really think about proportions. And I do encourage you to consider using a high-rise jean, because that's going to elongate your legs. So if your proportions, specifically if your proportions allow you to do that, consider a high-rise jean that's just going to give you more jean to work with, right, from waist to ground. Also, you absolutely can wear a cropped length jean. You just want to make sure it's not overly cropped, because that's just going to emphasize how short your legs are. Now, here's the thing. I know so many petite influencers. Susie Wright is one of them. There are just many others. I follow several. In fact, I'll link you to several petite influencers that I follow that are anywhere from 5 foot, maybe even shorter, to 5'5". And they say to me that they're able to wear most any silhouette of jean. They just have to be careful about how they style those jeans. And also, it's very important as a petite that you find you a good tailor, you find someone who can hem your jeans to a length that is flattering for you. So you do want your jeans, if you're wearing cropped length, you want them to hit right at the ankle or just above the ankle bone and not any higher than that. And you also want to go ahead and try to tuck your shirt if you can, at least a front tuck. And then if you need to use that third piece, that outer piece, to create a visually slenderizing line, then you can do that. But from what I hear from petites, I'm not one, but from what I hear from petites who really do style and they know fashion well, they say they're able to wear most every kind of jean. You just got to be careful about how you style it. Number 4 is you've got to know some numbers. And so let's talk about the numbers that you need to know when you're looking for your jeans. First of all, you need to know your size. You need to know your waist measurement because you want to use that fit or measurements or the size guide that they have available online to help you shop for your jeans. So know your waist. You need to get that tape measure out, measure around the smallest part of your waist, and that's the number you're going to work with, okay? Then you want to know what's your preferred rise. The rise is the measurement from the crotch to the top of your waistband. So that's going to change depending on if you like a high-rise jean, a mid-rise jean, or a low-rise jean. Let's assume most of us are working with high-rise or mid-rise. So high-rise works for me. So I would measure from the crotch of my jeans up to a pair of jeans that works really nicely for me and that fits right around my belly button because that works for me. So that's the measurement I want to tuck away. I want to write it in my calendar. I want to write it on my phone, type it up on my phone on a note page or something and have it with me when I'm shopping so that I know what that rise is. Then the next measurement you want is your best inseam. Now you're going to have 2 different best inseams probably. One is for a cropped or ankle length and one is for a full length jean. And that is the measurement from the crotch to the end of the jean. So for a full length jean, it's going to be one thing, like mine's right around 31 inches or so. And for a cropped or an ankle length jean, it's going to be a little different. So for me, a nice cropped or ankle length jean is usually around 28, 29 inches from the crotch to the end of the jean. So you need to know those measurements, especially if you're a petite, so that when you're looking for jeans, you can find those and you can find the ones that are going to work best for you. It takes a lot of the guesswork out. The 4th number that you want to know, and this is one that a lot of times people forget, is the percentages of the fabric compilation. And the main thing you want to know is the percentage of cotton. You see, most jeans are made from cotton and then a combination of other things that give it a little elasticity. Now, right now, it's very on trend for jeans to be 100% cotton. We're just seeing kind of a return of the 100% cotton jean. If you like a 100% cotton jean, which means it's not going to have any stretch whatsoever, then go for it. But most of us, I would say, probably like a little stretch in our jeans. And so I like a jean that has at least 1%, maybe 2%, and sometimes more, depending on the brand, a little bit higher percentage of stretch. So probably the most I would go with, though, is about a 95% cotton and a 5% of lycra, spandex, tinsel, all those sorts of things that add some stretch. So you're going to have to kind of look at the jean compilation and see how much is cotton, how much is stretchy stuff. And the main thing I like to stay away from is 100% cotton jeans. That said, I do have a pair of 100% cotton jeans and they work nicely because they were just constructed well. And so I kind of like them. 100% cotton jeans are going to grow with you. They're going to kind of conform to your body and work really nicely. They're going to get nice and soft. And so over time, they are going to fit you nicely. But if you want something that fits you right out of the box, right out of the bag, whatever, then I do encourage you to think about getting a little stretch, spandex, lycra, something like that in your jeans. Number 5, where to look for good jeans. All right, here we go. Because I want to tell you, Depending on your goals, your denim goals, you may or may not want to consider premium denim. Now, if you only want to have 1 or 2 pairs of jeans and you're really not going to wear them often, then you can just close your ears or skip ahead. But if you really live in your jeans a lot, you wear them a lot, they're a key player in your wardrobe, then I'd like to encourage you to consider trying out a pair of premium jeans. Premium denim jeans have several things going for them. Number one, most of them are made in the United States, and I love that. And not only that, the brands that are producing premium denim, they are perfecting it. They are basically jean brands. That's their sweet spot. That's what they do. And they have worked and worked scientifically to create fabrics and to create styles that work for women. In fact, I'd go so far as to say that a couple of these brands produce jeans that any woman can wear. I would almost go so far as to guarantee you that if you tried a pair of mother jeans with the inseam and the rise that works best for you, with the right numbers in the fabric compilation that works best for you, that you absolutely will love them. They're just made to fit you. They have the right amount of stretch in them, the right amount of cotton, and they hold up. The great thing about premium denim jeans is they do have stretch, but they don't stretch out. They don't gape at your knees. They're not going to grow over time. They're going to fit you in the morning and still fit you in the evening and still fit you 3 days later on your trip that you took. So you just really might want to consider trying premium denim if you do wear your jeans a lot. And by premium denim, I would mean brands like Mother and Frame and Page and Rag & Bone and AG. Those are probably the top 5 that I like. Now there are other brands though that you could shop that have really great jeans, and they do invest a lot in jeans as well. Jeans are kind of their sweet spot, even though they sell other types of clothing too. And I would say those include brands like Rails, Madewell, and J. Crew. Those are brands that really work hard at having good jeans. So I would definitely check those. I wear all of those and love them. Now, my next place that I would suggest though that you look for jeans that are going to work for you would be the brands that you already enjoy shopping. So if you enjoy shopping Talbots and their clothes work for you, then definitely try their jeans. They work for me too. I love Talbot's jeans. They're not a premium brand, but they do work nicely. A few of them I've noticed kind of stretch out with me over time. A few of them are not long enough for me. But overall, Talbot's jeans do work for me. If J. Jill works for you, try their jeans. If Chico's works for you, try their jeans. So try the jeans from the brands that work for you. Also, I got these at Loft, and they're really nice and a really sweet price. They are not the same quality as my Mother jeans, my Joe's jeans, my Frame jeans, but they're working for me. Now, I will say this too, lower price jeans like the ones I got at Loft, those are the places I would shop if I just want to try out a trend. So for instance, if you want to try out the wide leg trend, but you don't want to invest a lot of money, these might be the jeans for you. I really like them. They give me the opportunity to see, does this silhouette work for me, and that sort of thing. So go for your budget brands or your lower price brands when you just want to try out a trend that's unfamiliar to you. All right, the 6th key we need to talk about is fit. What should they fit like? Well, your jeans should feel snug but not tight. You don't want them binding anywhere, and they need to feel comfortable, of course, when you stand up, when you're walking around, and when you sit down. When you sit down, you don't want them to gape in the back, but remember, there are some things that a tailor can fix for you, so don't rule those out. And if you're going to wear your jeans frequently and you hope to wear them for several years, then it's definitely worth it to take them to a tailor, to have them do some things to make your jeans fit even better for you. And taking up a little bit of stuff in the waist is one of the things they can do besides adjusting the length. Another thing, of course, we don't want with our jeans is that dreaded muffin top. And that's why I say it's really a good idea to at least try a high-rise jean. That way you can tuck in that muffin top and avoid it altogether. Now here's a little key I just learned, and boy, this makes a big difference. Have you ever tried on jeans and they look great, except you get that little pucker effect right there at the crotch or across the front of your jeans. And you think, what's with that? It may be that the jeans are not designed quite right in that area. For one thing, you want your zipper placket to take up at least 3/4 of the distance from the top of the jeans to the crotch. If it doesn't, if your zipper is too short, then you end up with extra fabric down there and you get that little puckering, or sometimes you get that little V effect, and that's not going to look great on you. Another thing that could be happening there, though, could be that the jeans are not wide enough for you in the hips. So that means you may need to look at curvy fit jeans. Curvy fit jeans for most brands, for instance, these are curvy fit that I got at Loft. They are made to be a little bit smaller in the waist, a little bit wider in the hips. So they help me to not get that puckering effect right across the front of my jeans. Of course, you also want the jeans to fit for you in the back. You want to make sure they're not, you're not getting a visible crotch there in the back, or a division of your buns there in the back. You just want them to kind of look really nice and neat and snug, but not tight. And lengthwise, they either need to be full length and hitting the top of your shoe, or cropped, which would be at the ankle or just above the ankle. And really, we definitely want our jeans not to have a lot of excess fabric. So you don't want the excess fabric there across the crotch, but really anywhere, like in the back. You don't want excess fabric there either. So you don't want the jeans to have that bunchy look. Now, I say all that, but remember the relaxed fit is in, and even there though, you want that relaxed fit, the extra, fabric, to be more on your legs and give you that nice straight silhouette there. Not a lot of extra fabric up around your torso. The seventh thing we need to talk about is the rear view, which most of us don't even like to look at, but we need to, and maybe you need to take a picture, a selfie, in the mirror and see how the rear view is looking. The first thing you want to consider actually is the yoke, and I had never really thought much about this, but the yoke is that little seam along the back of your jeans up above the pockets. And if it has a V, the more V's there, the more rounded it's going to make your derriere look. So it really kind of gives you a little bit better look. Now, maybe your derriere is already rounded and you want to de-emphasize that, then a straighter yoke or a less V'd yoke might be your friend. It's actually going to make your rear end look a little bit flatter. Then of course we want to think about our pockets. We want to think about the placement of your pockets, and here's a little tool I learned recently. You take 3 or 4, mine tend to be 4, and I think this has to do probably more with your size than anything else, but you want about 4 fingers distance from pocket to pocket at its most narrow point. So just take your hand like I did here of 4 fingers. They don't have to be tight together, just 4 fingers though, and if they fit nicely between your pockets, then that's probably a good placement for you. Any more width than that, and your pockets may be too widely set, and that's going to make your booty look a little wider. Now think about the pockets themselves. Higher pockets are going to make your derriere look rounder. Lower pockets are going to make your derriere look a little saggy. Larger pockets are actually going to make your booty look smaller, whereas too small pockets are going to make your booty look larger. Now what you really want optimally though, I think, is kind of a nice size pocket. So these are things you can tell by looking at the jeans before you buy them, but also once you get them on, you're going to want to take that mirror selfie or have somebody take a picture of you so that you can get a good look of what you look like from behind. And the 8th key that we need to think about, of course, is just the wash or the distressing or the other little types of things like that on your jeans. A dark wash jean is always a nice classic in your closet. It's going to give you a little bit more elevated look a little bit dressier, especially if you can find a really consistently dark wash jean. That's really nice for like a casual Friday at work, or maybe kind of a nice event that you're going to, but you're still wearing jeans. That's going to look so sharp, and they're more slimming. A mid-wash jean is what we call a workhorse in our wardrobe because it works nicely with almost anything that you wear up top, especially if you're trying to minimize contrast and intensity. You'll want to have a good pair of mid-wash jeans in your closet because they'll work with the lighter tops. your darker tops and your mid-intensity tops really nicely. And then of course light wash is really on trend, but they are going to emphasize the bottom portion of your body. So just be aware of that and use some little styling hacks and tricks to make yourself look a little bit more narrow in those light wash jeans. Of course, we're also going to see jeans with embellishment. Just be really careful about embellishments. Chico's does a lot of embellishing, and they're really in style to have embellishments. But wherever that embellishment is, that's going to draw the eye, draw the focus, so it's going to emphasize that part of your body. So you may not want a lot of embellishments on your back pockets or on your thighs. What about distressing? Is distressing in? It absolutely is, but you do you. You go with a pair of jeans that have the type of distressing, the amount of distressing that's comfortable for you, but also that helps you accomplish your denim goals. If you're going to wear a lot of jeans and you like to have a distressing on any given day, then buy a pair. But if you have a fairly conservative closet and you like to dress a little bit more elegantly, then you may want to leave the distressing alone. Now, I hope all these tips have been helpful for you. I actually have a guide for finding great denim at my website, and it's kind of a little cheat sheet. And if you subscribe to my email newsletter, you'll have access to my printable library there where you can download that denim guide that helps you shop for your denim. So I encourage you to do that. Visit my website, subscribe to my email newsletter. You can opt to get it daily or weekly on Saturdays, and I think that really might help you out. So thanks so much for dropping in on this weekend bonus video. I hope it was helpful to you. I really tried to make these tangible points that could really help you find the perfect jeans for you. Don't forget to use that coupon code K50 at City Beauty through the link below and check out their multi-action sculpting cream and the Invizi-Crepe body balm. Those are just a mouthful. I have to look at them to say them, but those two products are really working for me. Check them out. You get 50% off just through the 15th. Thanks, ladies, for jumping in. If you enjoyed this, if this really, you think this may help you find the perfect pair of jeans, give me a thumbs up below. And don't forget to share this video with a friend. Bye now.